Meh.
Right, change in leadership in the church. Hello, priest prayer. Death ray. Problem being, the damage isn't bad, but damage per action point is just terrible. Range would be far superior though, and the damage multipliers are not bad. But I don't think I'll switch. I can shoot once with it, use 6 action points. Alternatively, I can use 8 action points with a higher damage per action point count. It just, the range wouldn't be a bad thing, but it's not that important thing either. I still might buy it though, because the range difference is gonna be massive. It's basically an energy sniper rifle. Another anti-material rifle. We need to get it. Yeah, we sort of holding on to the Arctic sniper because we can shoot twice, but this has twice the damage. Not quite. 50% increase still, a bit more than that. That's something that's hard to ignore. And it's 6 points to shoot if I don't move, and I think this has 10 action points, so it's 3 shots per 2 turn versus 4 shots per 2 turn. I'm not still sure if it's the better choice. Because there's the but. Death Ray might be a better exception, an alternative for the Gamma Ray Blaster. Because if we were comparing the single shot modes, the Death Ray is comparable, except vastly superior range, and better multiplier on the damage versus all armor types. So in reality, if we just use the Gamma Ray Blaster as a single shot, we would be better off using the Death Ray if the action point cost sort of matches. And we don't have negatives on at any range with energy weapons, so we can be incredibly accurate even at ridiculous ranges. So I think I'll buy a Death Ray. I think I'll buy an anti-material rifle. Very heavy. And the rest of the stuff isn't particularly useful. We already have G41 assault rifles on everyone. Might as well buy extra ammunition. Right. I need to do some management anyway, so I'll sell the stuff after we've looked at the situation. Ammunition wise, we're fine. Trying to get rid of the excess crap. He didn't have any armor for sale. We're keeping both. If we can burst, it's still, the Gamma Ray Blaster is still superior. But for range, Death Ray is far better. What is the God's Militia sensor? +2 smartass, negative on hardass and brute force. No use for this. I'm trying to dump certain type of items on a single character, so it's easier to keep an eye on what we need to get rid of. I think I'll keep both. Uh, not sure if I have. 69-pound carry weight is not enough to do this. I could waste a perk increasing our carry weight. Or get rid of the RPG 7s. I don't know. Don't know. Pseudo chitin armor. Totally new weapon, so it requires new mods, and I don't. I need to go back to base to get the necessary mods. As it is right now, it's not particularly useful. Red Rider BB gun. Chances of me using something like this are pretty low. However, never say never, it doesn't weigh that much. It's 5 pounds. It's nothing. I need to be careful in what I sell. More importantly, I don't want to sell anything really to this guy, if that isn't necessary. Infernator. Pseudo chitin armor. This is the best you can get. So I don't particularly want to sell this because there's a good chance I might choose someone to wear this. It requires strength 7 though. Mine's 0.2 combat speed, that's not too bad. But no one has that strength. We might be able to get it. I need to go to base. I'm more inclined to just dump these there than just sell it off. There's always the... I don't exactly even think that they're in any way necessary, but it's always the nagging thing is, what if they are? If I've basically dumped them at the base, I can always recover, and I don't exactly need the resources, so... Still... Yeah, we need a... I can't do all the weapons at the same time. I just need more modifications than I have if I do that. But Arctic Sniper just doesn't really have the damage capability anymore. You need to get critical hits. And this is double the fucking damage. It's not a minor change. I'm getting rid of the Arctic Sniper. It might have a little bit of a downside to it, but don't care. I need to make some choices. Flashlight. Still have those. .44-meter range. 0% chance to jam. There's no use for this type of ammunition. So only 2 guys really use this type of ammunition anymore. Still overweight. Strength 2, yeah. We are gonna get an attribute point. So I think I'll just get the strength up a little bit. I mean, yeah, she's not really equipped to handle this much weight. I'm still gonna need extra 20 pounds on someone. We have a chance to get quite a lot of nice things. Small scope, of course. Right, at least we can maneuver again. Knight Paladin Sanctity White. Before you is a tall, broad-shouldered white guy with jet black hair and a strong jaw. And more trophy eyeballs than anyone else. His cruel smile, however, belies his heroic looks. A paladin asks you to stop aspirants. A direct order. Will you obey? Or why do you have a necklace of eyeballs? The Lord said, if thy left eye offends thee, pluck it out. These are the left eyes of sinners who have offended me. And if you don't want me to add yours to my chain, answer my question. We'll obey. You heal like an obedient dog. An excellent beginning. Now then, the Salvation Church forbids alcohol and drugs in the Bastion. If you carry any on your person, you must hand them over immediately, so that we can dispose of them properly. Open your packs immediately and provide at least one illicit item to prove your good faith. I think we have snake squeezings on someone, right? At least one, so take it. Well done, aspirant. I would ask you to lick my boots now, but that would be redundant. You may go. And he's drinking the books. Nice people. Doctor, Nurse Betty. Free heals, excellent. Fieldy Mayweather. Oh, what is this? That's the exit door. So what's this?
More priests. Great.
Isn't it though? So roof access? Booze. Secret stash, right. Night Paladins. Retribution Jones. Story of Samson. Story of Samson. Guess this is more of a... This leads to Jones's private chambers. Doesn't look like there's any waiting. We basically have to choose our faction. Retribution is a tall, thin man with a high forehead and a cold glint in his eyes. He wears body armor under his militia uniform. Samson's hammer, you're pathetic. What are you supposed to be, cowboys? This is an army, not a costume party. I suppose you're here to join up with the church militant. Damnation. The things God sends to test me. I swear. Now speak up. Why are you pencil necks cluttering up my office? Tell me about the church militant. The church militant is the bravest, most well-trained, best-equipped military force in the Wasteland. Add to that our God-inspired strength and ferocity, and we are unbeatable, an all-conquering army that will scour the earth of sinners and establish a glorious empire of God for eternity. At least we will, if Mayweather and the church ecstatic ever pull their thumbs up out of their asses and give us the go-ahead. Okay, tell me about Malediction Mayweather. I know he's the leader of the church and all. I just wish he'd lead. He keeps saying he's waiting for intelligence from McDade before we move on Hollywood, but I don't see the need. We've got more than enough firepower to turn those whores and ass bandits into red mist. What are we waiting for? Something stinks in this chapel, if you ask me. I only hope that God chooses to expose what it is before it's too late. Tell me about Hollywood. A cancerous boil on the face of the earth. A coven of sinners and sodomites that need to be scoured black with blood and holy fire. I don't know why Mayweather is holding back from attacking it. We could have purged the cancer long ago and be marching on to bigger and better crusades. But that blowhard just won't pull the trigger. Tell me about Ascension McDade. If you ask me, the head of the church vigilant has his eyes shut. That whining skeleton just doesn't have his heart in his work anymore. He hasn't got us any actionable intelligence in weeks. He was supposed to find ways to turn that coven of perverts in Hollywood against each other and weaken the place from within. But all he does is mope around in his question room, reading books. And they're not even the Bible. If God doesn't see fit to strike him down for stalling, I'm gonna be his instrument and break my foot up in his skinny little ass. Okay. Yeah. He's not exactly shy about saying his opinion. Church militant is ready to go to war. Leads to Malediction's private chambers. Doesn't look like there's any way to open it. Story of Samson. Most of the books on this shelf are copies of James King Bible, though you notice a few books about weapon maintenance and astronomy. You also notice a hidden panel. And Killing for Morons. This is one of the hidden skill books. With the mysterious secrets of combat shooting revealed, you could be unstoppable. Plus 10 combat shooting skill. So from 0 to 10 with a single read of a book. We basically have to decide who gets it. I don't see energy weapon users having any use for it because they don't have critical hits in the first place. Assault rifles have weak damage multiplier. That's pathetic really. Sniper rifles have weak too, so I don't know. This sort of makes the more sense, 3.1 and 2.6. But the problem being that she already has a great critical hit chance, so raising that to pretty much 100%, what difference does it really make anymore? With the rest it's below 50%. So I don't know. He has 60 to 70% and without any real advancements on that. So Shrug, but she has the damage multipliers. I just don't know if in a real fighting situation she's the one I would really want to have that benefit. Luck picking +1, okay, someone needs to read this, this is just a waste of space as far as I'm concerned. I could just sell it, but I sort of don't want to. It's clear that the game has 2 of these hidden skills. This is the combat skill that we found. I have no idea what this is. I suppose you can always just look it up, but I sort of don't want to. I'm not sure how long we can.
Is that you? I was only. Oh, hello. You must be the new aspirants.
There's a limit to how long we should sit down that's using the skill book. I mean, it's totally unnecessary to ever use it. But
Well, is that you? I was only. Oh.
We're reaching a
hello.
point where
You must be
we
the new
basically there's
aspirants.
not that much game to left. After all, after we get the zeolite here for somewhere and upgrade our armor, I mean the radiation suit, we only have one place to go. So it doesn't make much sense to keep hoarding things for later use because there's not much later to use things on anymore. Before you is a stunningly beautiful woman in a white woman's business suit with a jacket and shirt. Though she tries to project cheer and love for the church, she has a haunted look and a black eye.
Welcome to the chapel, aspirants, and my congratulations on making it through the gauntlet of Samson. I am Sister Preacher Fealty Mayweather, wife of Evangelist Malediction Mayweather. I'm sorry my husband could not personally tell you if the church is static, but he is unfortunately too busy with his holy duties. May I help you?
I'll ask generic questions first. What do you know about the paladins?
The paladins are my husband's bodyguards and his most intimate confidants. They are the bravest, more loyal men in the church, if sometimes prone to arrogance.
It sounds like the paladin's closeness to your husband disturbs you.
No. I have no problem with the paladins. It's just... It just seems sometimes that they see more of my husband than I do. But that is the nature of their job, isn't it?
Is it? Tell me about Church Vigilant.
The church vigilant is the eyes and ears of the church. It gathers information through observation, study, and the confessions of sinners, then passes it on to the church ecstatic for review. An aspirant who wishes to enter the church vigilant must be studious, strong of will, and a good judge of character.
Church Militant?
The church militant is the arms and legs of the church. It protects us from the heathen hordes and helps spread the word of God by accompanying our preachers on their crusades. An aspirant who wishes to enter the church militant must be strong and courageous and ready to give his life for the cause.
Church Ecstatic.
The church ecstatic is head and heart of the Salvation Church. We are the ones who interpret the teachings of James King and Red Samson and turn them into law. We are also the ones who bring those teachings to the lost and wicked of the Wasteland, preaching the good word and welcoming into the church those who wish to follow the path to salvation. An aspirant who wishes to enter the church ecstatic should be intelligent, charismatic, and ready to spend several years studying scripture and canon law. I would of course welcome you to the ecstatics, but if you haven't visited the other branches of the church, please do so. They have much to offer an eager aspirant.
What do you know about Heidi Hollander?
A whore and a defiler of innocence. A seducing witch who lures good, upstanding men to adultery and debauchery. I pray that God strikes her with the most virulent of diseases and makes the rest of her life a misery.
You seem to know a lot about her. Do you know her?
Certainly not. I've heard stories, that's all. It has nothing to do with me.
How did you get that black eye?
It's nothing. I fell against a candlestick.
Of course you did. There's an imprint of a ring on your eyelid.
I appreciate your concern, but it was an accident, nothing more.
Who is Sims?
Who told you that name? He was my late husband. Please, forgive me. I don't wish to speak of it. May God light your journey, Rangers.
Candlestick, huh? She must have fell against it 5 or 6 times.
But it doesn't look like we can do anything here. I think we basically need to join one of the factions. And you would be it.
Is it you again? Have you come to a decision? You wish to join the Church Vigilant and become a torturer?
I suppose yes, because we want to put him in charge.
Very good. But let me give you a final chance to withdraw. What I am about to say cannot leave this room unless you are with me. If after you hear it, you refuse to help, you will not be allowed to leave this room. I will call my fellow vigilants and you will die. Understand? Excellent. Now, do you still wish to help me?
Yes.
Good. Then listen. I have observed Evangelist Mayweather for some time and have found that he is corrupt in so many ways. He has used church tithes as his own. He has committed sins of the flesh and led others to sin. He's also, I believe, making deals with the vilest of sinners in order to consolidate his power here in the Bastion. Sadly, I haven't had the courage to look for physical evidence of these crimes. His paladins guard his quarters day and night, and are the militia's deadliest troops. What I want you to do is find the evidence so that I can bring down Mayweather and take charge of the Salvation Church myself. The church has long been in need of a period of reassessment, and that is what I intend to bring about. Now, Rangers, what do you want from me? What is your half of the deal?
I suppose radio tower access?
Want to use our radio tower to broadcast desert ranger transmissions? I have no problem with that at all. Once Mayweather is disposed and I am the leader of the church, I will happily give you access to the tower. So, do we have a deal?
Yeah.
Excellent. Return to me with the evidence and I will move against Mayweather, and it would be wonderful to have you along when I confront him, in case things get ugly. Now go with God, Rangers.
I don't want to ask about the wings anymore. What do you know about Fieldy Mayweather?
That is a sad story. A beautiful, virtuous woman now tied in wedlock to a less than virtuous man. She was once married to another man, like Captain Sims, but he died. And Evangelist Mayweather, attracted to her charms, used his charms upon her when she was at her weakest. I do not believe it is a happy marriage.
Who is Sims?
For a member of the church militant, he was a decent sort, and loved Sister Fealty deeply. Then he was promoted to Mayweather's paladins and died shortly after. A raider attack, it was said. After that, Mayweather moved in, comforting Fealty and telling her he would protect her. From the bruises she tries to hide, I would say it is he whom she needs protection from. Paladins? Mayweather's bodyguards. Yeah. I think Sanctity White is the key here. A bully, plain and simple. He abuses the penitents, mocks the other church members, and sins flagrantly. Sure that his influence with Mayweather will save him. I see a bad ending coming for him though. It may take longer than one would hope. Yeah, he's definitely the weak point in this. Tell me about Malediction Mayweather. I don't care to speak ill of the leader of our church, so I won't. He is a charismatic man and is necessary for the position he holds, and he has the loyalty of his troops, but I'm afraid he has lost mine. Right. Okay. Can we now talk to Fealty about these issues?
Welcome back. Have you decided to join the church ecstatic after all?
Nope.
Oh, well, I would be happy to discuss your choice with you anytime you choose. Just let me know.
I'm looking for evidence on Mayweather.
I can't help you. I'm sorry. I don't have the will to fight anymore. May God light your journey, Rangers.
we
Did
need
somebody
some.
hit her? People suck.
Yes, you suck too. It has to be the Paladin. The question is, how are we gonna get anything out of him? Seems is the key to get her to... That's Sanctity White, but not sure if we're supposed to go in there. Let's go with one guy. Is there a reaction?
Didn't you hear me, dog? You sully holy ground with your filthy hind paws. Look worse than dregs in the penitent tent after Alash has finished with them. These are the paladin barracks, no place for you or festering scabs.
Am I supposed to keep blah blah blah? I can't see the fucking text. Do you want more booze?
Unless you have more forbidden substances for us to confiscate, then your trespass bring you within a breath of losing your life. Now hand it over or get out. You have saved your life, aspirants. Very resourceful. Resourceful enough that we will allow you to stay and bask for a moment in our presence. Let's ring to the resourceful aspirants, shall we, boys? Maybe one day they will be resourceful enough to join the paladins.
What happens in the penitent tent?
Yeah, they work those saps over pretty good. Need to beat the sin out of them. Occasionally we get a newcomer that's got a little going on. Then we have some fun.
Yes, you know, I saw a busty blonde newcomer in the tent earlier. Why would I say that? We're interested in joining the paladins, are we though? We might as well ask.
Join now? Don't drool on my booze, aspirant. I'd say it might. You might be worthy one day. You even know what it takes to be a paladin. First, you must be the finest soldier in God's militia, the best of the best, stronger, quicker, and more deadly than all others. Next, your loyalty to the Salvation Church and to Evangelist Mayweather must be beyond question. Third, you must be willing to do anything for the Evangelist. Anything.
Anything?
What haven't we done? We've saved his life, we've killed for him, we've solved problems for him, and removed obstacles that have slowed his progress. Anything that troubles him, we make it disappear. Anything he wants, we get it for him. We even got him his wife.
Sounds pretty interesting.
Oh, why not? It's a funny story. See, the boss? That's what we call the evangelist. 'Cause you know, he's the boss. The boss had the hots for this chick, Fealty, but she was married to some sad sinner named Sims. So I had Sims promoted to Paladin, even though he didn't deserve it. Complete loser. He wasn't even 6 feet tall. So then, once he gets his armor and everything, we take him on a patrol up toward the radio towers. Then the rest of us all start shooting our guns all off at nothing, pretending there's raiders in the scrub, shooting back. Then Sims, he's dancing around like a Hollywood faggot going, "Where are they? Who's shooting? What's going on?" And I turn to him and give him a big smile and say, "This is what's going on, Sinner. You're cock blocking the boss." Then I put 1 in the chest and 2 in the head. Man, you should have seen the look on that slob's face. Well, actually you still can. Here, have a look at the display case. Since he just offended me, I blocked out Sim's left eye and kept it as a trophy with the rest of them. Check it out. Pretty color green, isn't it? Makes me laugh every time the boss's wife walks through the barracks and doesn't realize her husband is watching her go by.
Right. Yeah, they keep warning. If you try to go there and take a look, I think they turn hostile. That's why there's a hole in the fencing, so you can interact with it without causing a fight. Sims's eyes. Eye. If this doesn't improve it, nothing will.
Welcome back. Have you decided to join the church? Oh, well, I would be happy to discuss your choice with you anytime you choose. Just let me know.
Here, have a look at this.
What is this? I know that eye. I know that green. Tell me how you got it. Tell me.
Sanctity is the man that killed Sims.
Oh, merciful God. Why did you let this happen? All this time I've blamed myself for being a bad wife, for not loving Malediction as I should, for letting him drift from me into sin because I could not please him. And now I learn this, that he killed the man I loved to have me? No wonder he repulsed me. No wonder it was such torture to lie with him. By God, if only I was strong enough to hurt him. If only there was some chance at vengeance.
And we have the evidence.
You want evidence of Mal's corruption? Oh, I have that. By God, I do. He would take pictures, videos, himself with whores, with penitents. Then he would flaunt them at me to show me how he wished me to perform my wifely duties. Just wait here one moment. I'll be right back with everything you need.
No hurry. Evidence against Malediction Mayweather.
May God light your journey, Rangers.
Can
Another
I
kind soul
view
professing
this
an
evidence?
unkind faith. How strange.
Looks like a deck of cards to me, but whatever. It's a files and pictures, right? Sort of looked like the diamond, black diamond. The evidence against malediction is overwhelming. This can be very damaging in the right or wrong hands, depending on how you look at it. Well, no point delaying this. We have what we need, we bought what we want, and we're in full health, so let's get the show on the road. We have the evidence. Time of reform is at hand. That still leaves the Jones guy though. Mayweather is having an argument. Unfit to lead the Salvation Church. Are we gonna have a fight? Jesus fuck. Punch the legs off of him. Retribution Jones. Yeah, this is the question mark. The positive is that he is a true believer as far as we know, so he's going to accept him being gone. The question is, he doesn't like Ascension McDade at all, wants to basically start the crusade. That's the big problem. Well, he swears to support McDade as the leader. Important things first. Another pseudo-chitin armor. Russian radio tower gate key. Black pants and boots. Yeah, let's take it all.
Please take this small token of my appreciation. Thank you again, Rangers.
Can't talk to him. $2,500 scrap. I sort of expected more from this. And I don't want to get rid of the pseudo-chitin armors either. Although I really should. Their strength requirement is just excessive. Looking at this, I basically have no one who has the strength to carry them, so I think I'll just dump them. No. I can't. If I dump them and then later decide that yeah, I sort of want them, I can't get them back. So I'd rather either dump them in the ranger base. I don't need the money anyway, so. We should be able to go to the radio tower, right? We actually don't need to. What we need to do is finish up the situation here. Have the boat change Hollywood.
Whoa! Sick!
We should just be able to call in the meeting. I'm assuming it's sort of similar like we had there with the priests. Have the meeting, have the votes, see what the fuck Heidi's gonna do. She doesn't appear to be the type of person who's just gonna take things lying down. I mean, she would still own the shop though, so it's not like she would lose all her influence or anything, but she's built this community to what it is and is in control of the security force. Her just giving it all up without some kind of resistance seems very unlikely. I'm not sure if she's gonna start shooting up the place, just that she's gonna try something. Is MacDade in power in the Bastion yet? Yes. Finally, what a relief. Then, let's go to the HCC meeting. It's just beginning. You're just in time. I'll meet you there. Vote of confidence on the leadership. I don't recognize one of them. Who's the missing guy that we didn't manage to talk to? George was the couple. It was Rambo, maybe. Actually, I think pretty much all are here. Because that's Veronica and the 4 shopkeepers. Yeah, she's gonna say nay, but the rest will say aye. Right, 4 against 1. Peace negotiations. It seems like, yeah, they'll ignore the prostitution and gambling, but will not overlook certain drugs and slavery. If they agree to get rid of the penitence system, okay, seems like a more or less both get what they want. One last thing. What's the one last thing?
I love it when the smart ones win.
Peace is within our grasp, Rangers. But I know Heidi well enough to not let down my guard. Unless we find her soon, she'll be back. With an army she's charmed into working for her. I know we've asked a lot of you already, but do you think you could track her down and ensure she doesn't return? Yep. Thank you, Rangers. You will be the saviors of Hollywood. Oh, just had a thought. You might want to go to Heidi's office and check her files. She may have had plans or notes on hiding places and secret passages. If you need me, I'll remain here. So, we have a pretty good guess where to go already. There was the secret wall in her office that had the passcode to the drug lab, so that's probably where she was heading. And if we can put her to rest one way or another, I think that's a good aim for us. Critical failure, explosion. No. Gonna have to kill the bodyguard. Oh well, we could have gone the other way, I suppose. Are you gonna pick a fight with me? You have 30 hit points, you motherfucker. Stuck here, not even able to move a little. guess I'm heading for the drug lab. There should be no one left alive here, really. Heidi Hollander and Sensuari. Oh, Sensuari. Ah, the drugs are from the children of the new Citadel. But why would you make the deal?
You bastards! Do you think you're heroes? You've destroyed Hollywood. You've ruined it. Do you think I liked selling salt? Do you think it didn't hurt me to turn those kids into zombies? It hurt like hell, but I had to do it. How else was I going to get the money to protect Hollywood? Do you think the HCC dues were enough? That was just chicken feed. I needed real money. What else was I going to do? I had to protect the dream, and now you've smashed it to pieces. I hate you.
Enough blithering, Heidi. Rangers, you must know you will not get no information from me. Master, I'm sorry, we are not permitted to be subjected to interrogation. Please stand clear. Tell me what I want to know.
They're probably just gonna start the fight as expected. I could go in there and get 2 shots in. I think I'll do it. I might be able to disable him a little bit. Like little. Fuck. Yep, it helped. Helped a lot. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. Oh no, it's not. She has a machete, but that's all she has, and now it's all over. I don't need to worry about Heidi Hollander. I'm much more worried about Sensuari. These guys tend to be fairly tough. I'm gonna put a few bullets in his chassis to drop the armor a little bit. It's what's your armor now? 8, so dropped by 2 already. I don't think it matters anymore. Heidi! Level up full. Nothing to loot. Right, I'll report to Veronica and leave things at that. We'll have to do a lot of character management and equipment management, but I'd like to save that until we basically get to the ranger base or get some kind of a reprieve from all these little tasks we currently have to do. We might be able. It's also tied to the attribute thing. Do I want to go for extra initiative for? But if we get any attribute points now, it's the last one we'll get. So is the 1 extra point initiative going to be worth maybe in comparison to get more hit points and maybe get rid of these constant burdens that is effective we're under. I think we're basically at a point where I don't give a flying fuck about the loot anymore. It's again it's literally more of a burden than anything useful at this point. We basically would want the equipment we're carrying, a weapon and ammunition for it, and that's it. Nothing else. Naturally, a couple of RPG 7s aren't gonna hurt, because if we face multiple of those guys, that's a trouble, because they seem to have their turns come up very quickly. So we might not even be able to trade turns one-on-one. They might get 2 for every 1 we get. Havoc is definitely someone who can probably has more initiative than them, but not enough to be able to take 2 turns for every one of theirs. So it would be great if we could basically clean up the battlefield, playing field a little bit without an RPG or 2. We've dealt with hiding.
Thank you, Rangers. If Ascension hasn't spoken with you, you should know there is more trouble. If you would be willing to visit him near the gate to Los Feliz, he can fill you in. Please, take this small token of my appreciation.
1000 scrap, right. But there's nothing to spend it on. 21,000. I think by the time we left Arizona, we had similar amounts, maybe I don't recall. It's well over 10,000, and it never really went below 10,000 again. We have some equipment to get rid of, but yeah, it's mostly this armor crap, and I don't want to. Just throw them away. They're too rare. I won't recover from this if I change my mind. Would get rid of the spaz. I'll quickly sell the spaz and head toward see what Mr. Ascension has for us. No, I'll talk to someone else and leave it at that. Mr. Officer Lamb, I needed to talk to him in... there was a group of aspirants in the wilderness that wanted to come back here. Right. I ran across some folk who want to return to Hollywood. They said you wouldn't let them, so what can I do to change your mind? Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. So they couldn't get past the gate at Griffin House. I knew they would fail. Let me think. I'll tell you what. You get me a battered nutsack, a rabbit foot, and lipstick that a raider would wear, and you got yourself a deal. Or you could just pay me 10,000 scrap and we call it a day. Yeah, battered nutsack is not the problem. I don't think a rabbit foot is either, because we have a trinket like that, maybe 2. But lipstick, because it's a raider lipstick. So the last time I recall seeing a lipstick was somewhere in Arizona. And there's no real raiders here, there's just... well, maybe the leather jerks might have it. They're met as random encounters, but I've been avoiding all of them. I could also keep the 10,000 scrap. I mean, what the fuck am I going to do with it? There's nothing to buy. I'll let it be for now. Okay, battered nutsack, rabbit foot, lipstick. And we'll leave things here. I'm pretty sure I've sold battered nutsacks all over the place, so I can just buy them back. That's not the problem. The lipstick, I think, is the problem. Okay, yeah, there's the rabbit's foot. It's totally worthless to me. I'm pretty sure I don't have lipstick. I have the battered nutsacks too, but they're plentiful. They're not the issue. Raider lipstick. Yeah, I'm like 99% sure we'd have to go back to Arizona for me to have a lipstick. Actually, no. Not necessarily. I came into LA with a huge amount of burden, so I had to sell them here somewhere, but I don't recall where. There's a good chance there's a lipstick in there somewhere. And we could try to get leather jerks. It's either... It's not Santa Fe Springs. I'm not sure if it's Rhodey either. Well, it's either the trader at the Springs, or there was a trader at Cerritos, and I think that's where we went first. It's in one of those two places if it's here. Otherwise, we would basically just have to find it somewhere. Leather jerks would be my go-to opponent, because I don't recall, have I even really killed too much of them? I don't recall what they drop as loot. But raiders are definitely from Arizona. 21,000. Yeah, we could just pay 10,000, but why would I pay 10,000? It's just doing a little bit of a quest for a couple of nobodies that we just made in the wilderness. It's not worth 50% of my funds. We have Kevlar vests still, and tactical vests. Actually, we need to have a light armor to get the extraction points. You don't have that. Because you don't have perk points. Right. And I'm looking forward to maybe getting leadership up, naturally, so we can change the trinket. Right. But we will still need like 2 level ups to be able to pull something like that up. Well, it's not like we don't have the level ups, is it?
Copy, Ranger. Echo 1. Congratulations, Echo 1.
Hello perk point, hello points. So yeah, we could do it. It wouldn't matter too much on her because she's crippled already, but possibilities are there. Right, I'll end things here.